our verbs. All
Yep.
right, tonight I'm going to. I decided we need to talk about one more thing about passive that I haven't talked about yet. So we're going to spend one more night on passive before we finish the chapter, and we'll have the chapter finished shortly. But there's one more thing I need to mention before we move on to other things. So we'll practice passive a little bit more tonight, and I'm also going to give you a writing assignment for the weekend. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. Very good. So let's jump right in and take a look at our verb warm up for today and see how we do. Uh-oh. Let's try this again. Okay, one more time. Hold on.
Somebody entered already.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's empty.
Yeah.
That was from this morning. All right. Okay. The 5-6 warm up. There we go. Can you see it now or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. All right. The first one says 2 months ago. 2 months ago is past, right? But quit is an easy one, right? We just use Q-U-I-T. No change, no difference there, right? How about the word yet?
Has, son,
Has.
Mr. Smith, son, his gadget.
Very good. Has sold. The next one says at the moment. At the moment means now. So what can we say?
Raining.
It's raining.
It's raining, right?
It's raining.
The next one says my father dislikes.
Standing.
Right. We want the
Standing.
gerund there. Dislike plus
Standing.
gerund. Standing. Very good. My father dislikes standing in line. The next one says for many years. For many years, probably present perfect again, right?
Present perfect.
So
No.
have known.
None.
Have known. Perfect. All right. Now the next one, we have two options in this one. I stayed home yesterday. ¿Por qué? Because I
Hadn't.
I wasn't feeling good.
I think wasn't is
I
what
didn't
I would
feel-
say. I wasn't feeling
Or
or I didn't feel.
well.
I didn't feel well.
Now, if you said hadn't, it's possible. Maybe you could say, for example, hadn't been feeling well. Maybe. But personally, I would not say that. I would say probably I wasn't feeling well or I didn't feel well. But hadn't is possible, I suppose. The next one, we have last semester, so it's obviously past. But notice we have the word there in the subject position. Remember
Word.
what does that mean? When we have there in the subject position, we have to look at the noun, right?
There,
So it's
Word.
there were, exactly.
there were.
There were.
Plural.
Word.
The next one says not yet. Not yet.
Hasn't told.
I haven't told.
I haven't told
I haven't told.
anyone
I haven't-
about the change.
So
I haven't told anyone about the change in the
change
schedule.
schedule.
Can't help. Remember, can't help is when you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. So Sandy loves sweets, and she can't help.
Eating.
Eating?
Been eating.
Can't help plus gerund. I can't help wondering. I can't help
Eating.
doing this. Yes, eating, gerund. All right. The next one has the word recently, so that means we got two choices here.
I haven't.
Oh,
Right.
I
Right.
haven't
I haven't.
made or
I haven't been.
haven't been making. It must be summertime because there's a gigantic fly in my room right now. Summertime is coming. The muscas are out.
Mhm.
All
and,
right.
and hormigas too.
Yeah,
Bees,
that's right.
the giant bee.
Mm.
Okay.
When this,
What's that?
when
The,
this
the giant bees from China.
Oh, the giant bee.
Oh.
I don't think it was a giant bee. It's just a regular fly, but it was a very big one. Big house fly. All right. The next one. When, Miss
When
Matthews,
I was
yesterday.
When did
Did.
when
Right.
this,
When did
indeed leave
leave?
work yesterday. Indeed.
Did leave. Lately. Lately, two choices, right? What can we
Mhm.
say?
Lately, my English is been improving. Improved.
Has
Has
improved.
improved.
improve.
Or has been improving.
Improving.
Your English has improved a lot. Your English has been improving a lot.
So, teacher, on the, how do you say that? It's Ben or Bean?
Ben.
Ben.
Some people say Ben, Bean, but most Native American speakers say Ben, like in Benjamin.
Yeah, that's why I got
Ben.
confused on those
That's Ben.
words like
Yeah.
Ben and Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually we pronounce the gerund being and the
Mhm.
past participle Ben. So do you see the difference?
Yes.
For example, I love being a teacher. That's a gerund, right? B-E-I-N-G.
Yes.
But I've been a teacher for a long time. That's a past participle. You hear the difference? I love being.
Yes.
I have
Ben.
been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually sounds like Ben, like Benjamin.
All right.
All right. The next one. Not very well. So this sounds like a general statement.
I don't think.
I don't sing. Exactly.
Okay.
I don't sing very well. In general, negative. Next one says, when Jim was a boy at that time, what happened? He
He wanted to be.
He
wanted-
wanted
to be an
to be-
astronaut.
to be an
Exactly. He
He
wanted.
wanted to be.
you
He
All
wanted
right.
to be
Ever says the next one. That's a present
have
perfect.
the student ever practice?
You got it. Have the students ever practiced?
Ever practice. I don't know.
All right. I don't mind.
The dishes to learn.
I don't mind washing
Right.
the dishes.
Again, mine
Wa-
is going to be with the
washing.
gerund. I don't mind washing. I don't mind. Do you mind helping me? Right? Do you mind ing? The next one says my favorite team. What can we say about my favorite team?
I've
Never
never,
Ever want
Has never
never
One.
won.
won. Whoops, won. Has never won. All right. The next one says very tired last night. Last night is past, right?
was
I
someone
was.
Was
Nothing
Someone.
fancy there, just was, exactly.
was
All right. The next one says next Monday. That's the future. So what can we say there?
we
You
will
will
find.
will
We
find
feel-
We'll
We
find,
will find.
we are
or
going to find.
we are going to find.
going to find out.
We'll find, or we're going to find. All right. The next one has the word already. Already plus present perfect, right?
Or yes,
Has already.
That's already.
Or.
Work
Was.
Some people want to have a party on Saturday, but I prefer
work.
Go to the beach.
I
go,
prefer going to the
going to
beach
the beach.
to go.
going
to the
or to go. Both are
beach to
okay.
go.
go,
With prefer, you can use both. I prefer going to the beach. I prefer to go to the beach. I prefer to stand. I prefer standing. No problem. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Dora remembers.
No, you jump once.
Oh, sorry. Number 22.
Yes.
Dora
We
remembers.
haven't used.
Oh, we haven't used. That's right.
We haven't used.
We haven't used our textbooks since last Tuesday. Haven't used. Present perfect. Now remember and forget are kind of funny. Should we use a gerund or infinitive here?
Infinitive?
In this case, gerund. And let me explain this one, because this one's a little bit tricky. Let me go to the board for a second. Because I don't know, I've talked about this before in this class, but it's been a long time. So let me explain on the board. All right, there are 3 words. Remember, forget, and regret. Those 3 words here's a visitor, Guadalupe. Okay. These 3 words oh, ouch.
What was that?
I don't know. Somebody is murdering a robot. Somebody is murdering a robot. Remember, forget, and regret have a different meaning depending on if you use a gerund or an infinitive. If you use a gerund, it's always about past actions. Let me show you what I mean.
No cierres.
For example, I remember playing baseball every summer when I was a kid. Past action, right? Or I will never forget holding my daughter for the first time. I'm going to turn off our mics here. It's a little bit noisy, so I want you to be able to hear. So I'll never forget holding my daughter for the first time. Again, it's an action that was in the past, and now I will never forget that action. And finally, right? I regret dropping out of school. That was a mistake. So remember, forget, regret with gerund are all about things that happened in the past, and now I'm thinking about them. And either I'm remembering them, or I'm forgetting them, or I'm regretting them. Right? Remember, regret is when you feel bad, you feel sorry about doing something, right? Now, on the other hand, when we have to, the infinitive, different meaning. We're gonna, in that case, we're talking about, if I can spell it right, responsibilities that you either remember, forget, or regret. So for example, I have to remember to call my customer today, right? I have that responsibility, and I have to remember. Or don't forget to do your homework. Again, we have an action that you either remember or you forget. But it's your responsibility. Your homework is your responsibility. I regret to inform you that your application was not accepted. Right? I have some bad news for you. I regret to tell you this.
Sorry to interrupt you. So regret is like when you feel sorry for it.
Right, when you feel sorry for something, right? In this case, it's you feel sorry about something that you did in the past. In this case, I feel sorry because I have to give somebody some bad news. But it does mean to feel sorry, right?
Oh, thank you.
Right. So these three words are a little bit tricky because it all depends on whether or not you're talking about something that happened in the past or something that's coming in the future, right? The past actions are going to be the gerund. The potential actions in the future are going to be the infinitive. And let me quickly put that information on a little file so I can send it to you after the class is over. Make a little file with that information on there because that's useful information. There we go. There we go. Okay, hold on one second. Desktop, okay. All right, I'll send you that after class is over. So remember, forget, regret, those three. All right. All right. Okay, anyway, back to business here. See, I think I got somebody waiting to come in with Spider Mike. I don't know who Spider Mike is. All right, here we go. All right, let's go back to our verbs here, if I can find them. We have a couple more to do here. Two more, right? The next one looks like a general statement with believe.
They're mute.
Oh, everybody's muted. That's right. I got to put everybody's microphone back on there. Okay. All right.
I don't believe.
I don't believe. Right.
I don't believe.
I believe in ghosts.
I
I
don't.
don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe. Okay. And finally,
How
we have how long. What can we say there?
How long have
How
you
long have you
had
Have you?
that beautiful ring?
How long have you had that beautiful ring? Present perfect. All right. No problems?
No.
No problems. Okay, good. All right. Let's see, who do we have here? We have Isadora and David and Jose and Armando and Julio, Guadalupe, Claudia, Edith, our soul. I still don't know who that is. Who are you, our soul? I don't know. That person doesn't want to talk. All right. Rosendo is here and Noel is here. Excellent. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How did you?
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Now,
Hello.
I want to talk about one more thing about passive tonight, and then we're going to be moving on after that. Now, But let's review for just a second. What did we decide we use to make passive? How do we make a passive?
Put the
What are the two elements of the passive?
subject
We
form.
put
Move the subject.
Right. Well, no. But just tell me the parts of the verb. What's the-
Verb, object, and infinitive.
Well, yeah, but
Object.
object and
Object.
subject.
yeah. Don't not worry about the object and subject. Just tell me about the verb. The
Be.
first part of the verb is be, and the second
Be,
part of the
past
verb
part-
is past participle, right?
participle.
Be and past participle.
Past participle.
Everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Very good. And usually, is the subject of a passive sentence a thing or a person?
Yes.
Which one is it? Usually a thing or usually a person?
Usually I
Yeah.
think.
Usually a thing, right? For example, the house was painted, the car was stolen, the dog was fed. Well, dog is an animal, but you get the idea, right? Usually the subject of a passive is a thing. Not 100%, but usually. Now, tonight we're going to look at a little bit of a different situation where we have a passive, but we want to make it more dynamic, more active, and have a little more emotion in it, right? The be verb tends to be very impersonal. If we want to make our passive more personal, if a person is the subject of a passive, we often use a verb that is not be, and we'll talk about that tonight. But the first thing I want to do tonight is just do a review of our passive real fast. Okay, so let me open up another file here, and I will share it with you. And I want to do a quick review of our passives. Okay, let me see here. I got to do my share here. One moment. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, can everybody see these sentences?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We have all sorts of different kinds of sentences here. These are all active sentences. And just to warm us up tonight, I want to practice changing active to passive. All right. Can everybody see these clearly? Or do you want them bigger?
No,
It's
A little bigger? How about
Yes. That.
that? Es mejor?
yes.
Better? Okay.
Better.
All right. Now, let's take a look here. The first one here says William Shakespeare didn't write the play. Okay. That's a past negative. Past and negative. And remember, we have 4 steps, right? Step 1, participle, object in front, be verb, past participle, by. Okay? So what can we say here?
The play was written by William Shakespeare.
Wasn't
Play. And we want to
Not
say not
play.
didn't, but wasn't. Exactly.
Wasn't
Wasn't written
wasn't
by
William
written by
By William
Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. That play wasn't written by William Shakespeare. That play wasn't written. Right? Past tense, negative, passive. Right? All right. Now the next one is a question with can. Can I pay the bill by credit card? Okay. Now, since this is a question, I'm going to start with the same word, right? What can I say?
Can
Can.
Credit card.
credit card.
Can
be
be
paid by
Well, but
Could
we
be-
want
could
we
be
want our
credit
what,
card.
hold on. What's
I know, but-
what's the object?
credit card.
Credit
I
Can the
And the-
credit card.
Can the credit card?
Can the bill,
Oh,
the
Oh,
bill.
right?
bill?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Can
Can the
the
bill be
bill
paid by
Bill
credit card?
be paid by
Be-
credit card.
paid
Be paid by credit card.
by credit card, right? Finish,
Okay.
right? Can the bill be paid by credit card? That's a modal passive, right? A modal passive question.
Mhm.
A modal passive question. All right. So far, so good?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now the next one, remember we were talking about indirect and direct objects? All right, here we have the teacher has given her students several quizzes. Notice we have two objects here. We have
Yes.
students and quizzes, right? So we could make both of them passive. Which one do you want to do tonight? You want to do students or you want to do quizzes?
Quizzes.
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 Okay, we
We
can
can
make
make
quizzes.
quizzes.
Okay, so we're going to say several quizzes.
Several quizzes.
Several quizzes.
What
All right, present perfect, right? Present
Yes.
Has
perfect.
been given.
has
Has
been
been
Have been given.
given
To whom?
to the
by the
students.
teacher?
To the
To the
students
students by the teacher.
by the
To
teacher,
the
right?
student by the teacher.
Punto. Several quizzes have been given to the students by the teacher. Several quizzes have been given to the students by the teacher. Okay, so far so good.
So far, so good.
All right, the next one looks like future. They will announce the winner of the contest tomorrow morning. Okay, so they will announce the winner of the contest tomorrow morning.
Contest tomorrow morning. The
What's-
winner,
The winner, right?
will be
Contest.
announced.
The winner
the winner of the contest,
of the
Contest.
contest
the
Winners.
contest has no
Well,
will
will be
will
be
be announced.
will be
Announced
The winner of the contest will be announced
tomorrow
announced
morning.
tomorrow morning. Do you want to use by or no?
option. No.
By
No, you don't need it,
No.
the
right? That's fine right there. The winner of the contest will be announced tomorrow morning. Right? That's a future passive. Future passive. Good.
Mhm.
All right. We talked about all of this last night, right? This is nothing new. This is all what we talked about last night. Okay. The police are searching the area. There's our continuous passive, right? So what do we want to say here?
The
The
area
area is being searched by the police.
Is being
Is being, right? The
is
area
being searched
is being,
searching by the police.
should we say ing or ed?
ED.
Ed, right? By the police.
Search
By the police.
Like so. The area is being searched by the police. That's a present continuous passive, right? All right. Let's look at number 6. The housekeeper usually cleans the bathrooms first. The housekeeper usually cleans the bathrooms first.
the bathroom.
The
The
bathroom,
bathroom
The bathroom
usually
Cleaning by house.
usually
bathrooms.
is clean.
Now, should we say is or are?
Are.
the bathrooms
The
are
bathroom
usually clean.
Are
are
clean
usually cleaned
Are usually cleaned, right?
cleaned
Are usually
by the
cleaned
housekeeper
first
first.
by the housekeeper, right?
The housekeeper.
Punto. Right? The bathrooms are usually cleaned first by the housekeeper. The bathrooms are usually cleaned first by the housekeeper. All right. So far, so good?
So
Yes.
far, so good.
So far, so good. All right. We got a couple more, 6 more. All right, let's see. The next one says, where can students purchase books? Where can students purchase books? So this is a question. So we're, hold on. We got to start with where, because we want to keep
Where,
it.
Can
Where
the
can,
Where
student, where
books.
student,
The books.
where can book
Where can books
Be
be purchased?
where can books
be
Be purchased
be pushed? Yeah.
by the students.
by student?
Where can books
books
be?
you can put by students or not. It's okay. Where can books be purchased by students? Okay, very nice, very nice. Now the next one is a present perfect. Has thrown. Has thrown Carlos. Okay, so in this case, Carlos is the subject, right?
so Carlos
Carlos out. No, Carlos out of
Carlos has been thrown
Has been thrown out
Cross,
of
cross,
class
cross
by the teacher.
several times.
by the teacher several times this year.
Several times this year. Carlos has been thrown out of class by the teacher several times this year. Okay,
Is that true?
I don't know. I have thrown students out of class before. It's not pleasant to do it, but if they keep talking and they keep looking at their cell phone and they don't pay attention, go home.
You get rid of it.
Don't bother me. All right? If you look at your cell phone silently, that's one thing. But if you're always talking and then looking at your cell phone, no me gusta. All right. All right. 4 more here. Francisco doesn't train the new workers.
the new workers
New workers.
wasn't
New workers.
trained.
Now, hold on here.
Didn't
The new workers. Now,
Wasn't?
doesn't is simple present, right?
Oh,
Are not
what?
didn't
Well,
No, weren't.
remember with passive, no do, no does, no did.
okay.
Weren't. Weren't.
Is it past?
Weren't
Is it past?
Has weren't.
are
Weren't.
not aren't
Are not.
Are
Are
not. There we
not.
go.
Not.
Are not.
Oh,
they can
Are not
The
trained
new workers are
Trained.
not trained.
by Francisco.
The new workers are not trained by Francisco,
The new
right?
workers
Notice,
are-
remember the rule about passive. No do, no does, no did. I'm going to break that rule tonight, but for now, that's the rule. No do, no does, no did. So
Are
we have to
not.
change doesn't to are not. It's still present, but it's passive. All right, good. Next one says, many people have seen the new exhibit at the museum. Many people have seen the new exhibit at the museum.
The new
The new exhibit at the museum. No, the museum.
The
Museum.
new exhibit at the museum. Mhm.
The new exhibit at the museum
Okay, the new exhibit
the new
has
exhibit
been
seen it.
has,
have been seen by
has
people.
no
Have been
has
seen by many people.
has been
have
seen
been seen
Yeah,
by
have been seen by
many
many
people.
people at the museum.
The museum.
Now you could put at the museum in the front as well. It doesn't really matter. The news exhibit has been seen by many people at the museum, or the new exhibit at the museum has been seen by many people. But has been seen, present perfect, right? Now the next one we didn't really put an example on the board. Going to. My dad is going to donate some money to the charity. Okay. The object
Some-
is
going
the money, right?
Some money. Some money.
Some money. Okay.
some money to
Some money.
will be donated.
Will be donated.
Well, let's use going to since it's there. Some money is.
Is being-
Oh,
It's going to be donated.
I got a big mess on my hands here. Okay, hold on.
some
By my
money
dad.
is being donate is
Going
being donate
Some money
going.
is
It's going.
going
It's going to be
to be
being is being
donated.
Going to
donate
be donated.
donated
Going to be donated.
to the
Donated.
charity
Is going
By my
to
dad.
By my dad.
be
To the charity by my dad.
For charity by my dad.
So money is going to be donated to the charity by my dad.
Charity. Charity.
we don't call customer.
All right, the last one. We don't call the customers, this is negative, unless they don't pay the bills. Okay, so this has two parts. Don't call, don't pay, right? So we can make them both passive. So what can we say? Customers
Customers
Customers are not
are not
called
Called
unless
unless they
their bills
are not paid
are not paid. Exactly.
pay their bill.
not paid.
What the- Right? Customers are not called unless their bills are not paid. Customers are not called unless their bills are not paid.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, let me stop that share for a second. Let's talk. Let's talk. We have to talk. Everybody ready to talk? So, what did I say? Typically, the passive is used with things, right? The computer was broken. My car was stolen. The book was returned to the library, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes a person is the subject of a passive. And even though something happened to the person, we want it to feel a little more dynamic. Because if we use the be verb, it's very impersonal. It doesn't feel like I'm talking in a normal voice. For example, let's see. I have been married for, let's see, what is it? I'm going to get in trouble because my wife's in the next room.
if you don't remember,
22 years. 22 years. I got married in 1990. Well, wait a minute. 24 years. I got married in 1996. It's now 2020. 24 years. Yes. I was thinking about my daughter. Daughter is 22. I got married 24 years ago. All right. So did you hear what I said? I say I got married 22 years ago. I got married. ¿Qué pasó? You hear it all the time, right?
Yeah.
I got married, right? What is that? It's passive, but it has get instead of be. And that's what I want to talk about tonight, using get instead of be. Okay? When do we do it and why, right? 90% of the time we use be. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. But sometimes we use get. ¿Por qué? Well, let's talk about it a little bit tonight. All right, I'm going to share, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation on this one, but I do have some information for you. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through get and the passive, okay? All right. Okay, let me switch to this. Okay. And by the way, this little book that I'm scrolling through right now is on your Schoology page, and everybody can download it if they want to. Okay? All right. You can download it and print out the pages that you like. All right. So everybody has this book. It's available to you for a free download. My pleasure. My gift to you. My quarantine gift. A free book. All right. So notice what it says. Sometimes, especially, can everybody see this?
Yes.
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 Sometimes, especially when people are the subjects of a passive sentence, we will replace be with a form of get. So the passive formula changes to, instead of be, get plus past participle, right? Get plus past participle, right? And when is it usually typically used? When a person is the subject. For example, the boss promotes the best workers. Okay, that's the active. The best workers get promoted. Right? The boss is yelling at Betty. Betty is getting yelled at. The boss fired Jim. Jim got fired. Right? We say that all the time, right? Oh, what happened to Jose? Oh, he got fired. Oh, too bad. Right? Got fired. Not you, Jose. Don't worry. I don't want you to be fired. Right? You got fired. Right? It's passive, but it's not be. Right? The boss will hire Mr. Andrews. Mr. Andrews will get hired. The boss has sent Mary home. Mary has gotten sent home. The boss might lay off the workers. The workers might get laid off.
Eh?
So let's practice this a little bit together, and then we're going to practice with partners. But I'm going to stop that share for a second. All right, here we are all back. All right, I'm going to make a passive, and I want you to change my be verb to get. So for example, if I say Jorge was married, you change it to Jorge got.
Jorge got married.
Okay.
¿Ya acabaste?
All right. All right. Let's start with Edavigas. Edavigas, are you there? Miss Edavigas? No. All right. How about Noel? Are you there, Noel?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. All right. I'm going to use a passive. You're going to change it to get. So whatever I say, you change to get. So 10 workers are being hired. 10 workers are being hired.
Okay, bye.
Present continuous, right?
Okay.
So change it to get.
Worker.
Workers got hired.
Well, let's keep it present continuous. 10 workers are getting hired.
Are getting hired. Oh, yeah.
10 workers are getting hired. Rosendo.
Yes.
Let's see. David will be promoted.
David is.
We keep it future. David will be
Getting.
promoted. So David will
Will
Getting.
get promoted.
right?
Will get
Right?
promoted.
It's just a regular verb, right? The only difference is no be, instead get. All right.
Will be.
Will
We'll get promoted. David will get
Will
promoted
get
next week.
Mm-hmm.
David will get promoted next week. All right. Are you back, Edavigas? Or are you busy? Okay, no problem.
Yes, teacher.
Oh, you're ready. Okay,
Yes.
Edavigas is ready. Okay, very good.
Sorry,
No
here is
problem.
too much loud. The
No,
people
no problem. All right, let me give you a sentence, and you change the be to get. Change the
Okay.
be to get. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Elizabeth and her boyfriend were engaged last month.
Elizabeth and
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth.
his boyfriend.
So,
What was the question, teacher?
Elizabeth and her boyfriend were engaged last month. Engaged. Everybody know engaged?
Yeah.
Yes,
Before you
they got married.
before you get
They will
married,
get
you get engaged, right?
Yeah. Elizabeth with
And her boyfriend,
Her
Elizabeth,
boyfriend
and
her
her boyfriend
get
are
engaged.
getting married. I getting it.
got engaged, right?
They got engaged.
Got engaged last month, right?
They got engaged. Engaged.
Got engaged.
They
They
got
got
engaged
engaged.
last month, right?
Engaged last month.
Okay. All right, good. How about, let me see, Claudia. Claudia, how about, let's see. 10 workers have already been trained. 10 workers have already been trained. You start the same, right? 10 workers have already
Gotten.
gotten trained.
Gotten
Right.
trained.
10 workers have already gotten trained, right? All right. Armando,
Yes, sir.
3 people were hurt in the accident. 3 people were hurt in the accident.
3 people got hurt in the accident.
Exactly. 3 people got hurt in the accident.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Julio. Let's see. My friend is being transferred to San Francisco. My friend is being transferred to San Francisco. Julio, you got it for me?
My friend will get transferred to San Francisco.
My friend is getting transferred to San
Is
Francisco, right?
getting transferred to San
Well,
Francisco.
so I said my friend is being transferred. You say my friend is getting transferred, right?
Mr. Wait, I'll be back like in 10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. No problem. See you later. Turn off your mic so we don't have it too much noise from that room. All right, Guadalupe is not there, so we'll jump over to Edith. Hello, Edith.
I'm not here.
Let's see.
I hear.
Oh, Guadalupe, you are here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I don't see you in the camera, but okay, you're here. I'm glad.
I'm Leo.
But I can see you on my computer.
Okay, no problem. As long as you can hear me. All right. Let's see. I was invited to a party. I was invited to a party.
I got invited to a party.
Exactly. I got invited to a party.
They got invited.
And let's see. Let's see. Edith.
Me.
What?
Me. Leo.
Leo.
Oh, Leonardo. All right. Leonardo, I missed you. But poor Edith is waiting for her turn. I'll do you next, Edith. Okay? All right. Hello, Jing.
Okay.
All right. Edith.
Yes.
My friend and his wife are my friend and his wife are divorced. My friend and his wife are divorced.
Your friend and his wife got a divorce.
Got divorced, exactly.
Got
Right,
divorced.
right. They got engaged, then they got married. Now they're getting divorced, right? Especially with the we almost always use get with those words. I could say I was engaged, I was married, and then I was divorced. But almost always we say instead get. I got
Okay.
engaged, I got married, then I got divorced. No, knock on wood. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to cook my own food. All right. I know, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Jose. Oh, no, wait a minute. Leonardo, I was going to do you next.
Hey.
All right. Let's see. My 3 houses were robbed last weekend. 3 houses were robbed last weekend.
3 houses. 3 house was good.
But
Was
don't take the was out. Throw
Got.
the was away.
Got,
Got robbed
Got
got,
last
got
weekend.
robbed last week.
Yeah, especially when you're a victim of a crime, we almost always use the word get, right?
Okay.
I got attacked. I got robbed. I got mugged. Right? My car got stolen. Right? We often use get with those verbs. Okay, let's see. Ching, are you ready?
Yes.
My laptop
Hi.
was broken.
Broken.
My laptop was broken.
So,
We're changing be to get, right? So my
my
laptop,
laptop got broken.
exactly. My laptop got broken.
got broken.
Yeah, my laptop got broken last night. Oh no, too bad.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
Now
this is
again, this is informal English. We use it all the time when we're talking. But if I was writing a report for a newspaper, I would probably use the verb instead. Right? So the laptop was broken. Right? It's more.
But Mr. Webb, you told us it's only for persons, no? Not for things.
Not only if it's like your things.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes like
Personal
oh
story.
no, my laptop got broken. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Or yeah. So it's not only people. It's a lot of times people, but not only. It's usually when there's some emotion in the feeling, right? So like if it's not your laptop, you say, oh, the laptop was broken. Too bad. But if it's your laptop, oh no, my laptop got broken. Right? So or my house got broken into, right? Or my car got stolen. Right? There's more emotion in those kind of things. All right. David Segovia.
Yes, teacher.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's see. His cell phone was lost.
His cell phone got lost.
His cell phone got lost, right? And sometimes we say that for ourselves, right? I'm walking around. Oh, why are you so late? Oh, sorry, I got lost. Right? I got lost. I got lost, right? Jose Garcia, have we already done one or not?
No.
No. Is it okay? How about
Me too.
Oh, who's me too?
Isidora.
Isadora. Okay. All right. Okay. I got a lot of faces on the screen right now. All right. So we'll do Jose and then Isadora, and then we're gonna do some practice with a partner. Okay. Let's see. So Jose. Let's see.
Salud.
The doctor say you should not.
I know. Jose. Two workers will be hired next week.
2 workers will get
Get hired. We get hired.
Will get hired next week, right? Again, especially for your job, we always use get, right? I got hired, then I got promoted, then the business was slow and I got laid off, right? All right, and Isadora. My cat was attacked by a dog.
My cat got attacked by a dog.
Exactly, exactly. Very good, very good. So everybody get the idea? All right.
Yes.
Kinda, sorta. So what we're doing is we're taking out be and we're putting in get, especially with people, but not only. And what is it? It's more casual spoken English, and it's more conversational and a little more emotional, right? So I could say I was married in 2005, but most people say I got married in 2005. Right? I got married, I got engaged, I got divorced, whatever, right? It's typical to say. And especially, remember all of our participle adjectives, right? Remember our participle adjectives we talked about? Tired, excited, bored, right? We use get with those all the time, right? I'm getting bored. I'm getting tired. I'm getting excited, right? We use it all the time. Get plus past participle. Siempre. It's very, very typical English. Very, very typical English, right? Especially when you want to talk about a change from one thing to another, right? Why did you leave the class so early? I got tired. Or does that teacher have no students? Oh, all the students got bored and left, right? Get bored, get tired, get excited, right? Very, very typical. All right. Okay, so let's practice this a little bit. I'm going to open up that book we were looking at again, and I'm going to go to a little dialogue practice. All right, so I want everybody to copy this into your book, okay? Get out your pencil and copy this little dialogue. All right, A says to B, have you heard about the bank on Main Street? B says, no, I haven't. What happened? And A says, it got robbed last week. B says, I can't believe it. That's the second time the bank has gotten robbed this year. Right? That's the second time the bank has gotten robbed this year. Right? So what do we have? We have simple past, got robbed, and we have present perfect, has gotten robbed. Right? It got robbed. I can't believe it. That's the second time the bank has gotten robbed this year. Right? And again, like I said, very, very typical to use get with a crime. Right? My car got stolen. My neighbor got robbed. My house got broken into. Very typical for when you're talking about crimes. All right? So I'm going to give you just a second to write all those words down, and I'll be quiet for a second, or I'll try to be quiet. And then we're going to practice this dialogue with some different crimes. Or it's not necessarily a crime. It could be a good thing. For example, you might say, I got invited to a wedding. I got invited to a wedding, right? But again, it's usually a person who's the subject. But not necessarily, but it's more emotional. There's more feeling, more either excitement or irritation, right? It could be something good, it could be something bad, right? Right? So, but it's typical to use. So if I'm writing a newspaper article, I would write 7 people were killed in the accident. I would use were. But if I'm telling my friend about an accident, I say, oh, it was a horrible accident. 7 people got killed. Right? Impersonal for the newspaper, 7 people were killed. But personal, something the story to be more exciting and more emotional. It was terrible. 7 people got killed. Right? So, okay. All right. Does everybody have this written down? Or
Hold on, hold on.
a little more
No,
time?
not yet.
Okay. Again, feel free to open up this file in your Schoology page and print all the pages you like. There's lots of good practice in here. Some of it we've done in class, some of it we haven't. So and if you want to do the work and take a picture of it and send it to me, I'll be happy to check it for you. All right, no problems?
No problem.
No problems. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
All right, let's try some different crimes here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What's happening? In this picture, the bank is getting robbed, right?
Robbed.
The bank is getting robbed. It's getting robbed. All right. So I want everybody to copy these 10 down as we're practicing, okay? Okay. So let's practice a little bit. Let me get my list of students, and I'm going to ask some of you to do it. All right. So I'm going to do the first one as an example, and I'm going to have, let's see, David Segovia. You want to be my partner in the first one?
Yes, teacher.
All right. So you're going to be B. I'm going to be A. Okay. All right. Are you ready, David?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I'm going to be A. So listen to David and I, and we're going to practice this. Okay. David, have you heard about my brother?
Yes. Yes.
You say no, I haven't.
No, I
No, I haven't.
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Okay. He got fired last week. You see what I did? He got fired last week.
I can't believe.
And you say,
I can't believe. I can't believe it.
That's
that your brother got fired.
No, you say, that's the second time.
That's the second time.
He has gotten fired this year, right?
The second time he got them fired
this year.
This year.
Okay. All right, students, repeat after me. My brother.
My brother
got fired.
Last
week.
Last week.
That's the second time.
That's the second time.
He has gotten fired.
He has gotten fired
this year.
This
year.
All right. All right. Let's see. Let's try Isadora. Isadora, are you ready? And everybody be copying these down because you're going to practice with the partner in a minute.
Okay.
Or you can take a photo with your camera. All right, Isadora.
Okay.
Have you heard about my neighbors?
No, I haven't. What happened?
They got hurt in an accident last week.
I can't believe that's
That's the second time.
That's the second time. I forgot what can I say. The second time that they got an accident this year.
They have gotten hurt in an accident, right?
Did they have
gotten hurt in an accident?
They have hurt in an accident.
That's the second time they have gotten hurt in an accident this year.
Okay.
All right.
That's the second time they had
have gotten hurt. Have gotten hurt. Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. Students, please repeat. My neighbors.
My neighbors
got hurt.
My neighbors
got hurt
in an accident. Last week.
Last week.
That's the second time.
That's the second time
they have gotten hurt.
They got hurt.
They have gotten hurt.
They have gotten hurt
in an accident this year.
In an accident this year.
Okay, good. Turn that up a little bit. Oops, that's too big. All right, there we go. All right. All right, let's see. How about next, Julio? Are you ready, Julio?
Yes.
Have you heard about my cousin Vinny?
The movie?
Good movie.
No, I haven't. What happened?
He got promoted last week.
I can't believe it. That's the second time. She got promoted.
He has gotten promoted. Yeah, first one we say got, second one we say gotten, right?
Oh,
So that's the second time he has gotten promoted this year. The
is the
second time he has gotten promoted
he
this year.
gotten promoted this year.
Okay, good. All right, please repeat, students. My cousin Vinny
My cousin
My
Benny
cousin Benny
got promoted
Got
Promoted.
promoted
last week.
last week.
last week.
That's the second time
The second
the
time.
second time.
he has gotten promoted
He has
Gotten promoted.
Gotten
this year.
This
This
year.
year.
This year.
Okay. All right. Let's see. How about Guadalupe?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Guadalupe?
Yeah.
Have you heard about my son?
Mm,
No, I haven't.
no, I haven't.
What happened?
What happened to your son?
He got sent to the principal's office.
Why?
Why? You want some details? Huh? You want some details? Why? What happened?
What happened?
He was interrupting the teacher.
Oh, I see. That's too bad.
That's too bad. That's the second time.
Second time.
What are you going to do about it?
He has gotten
He's gotten sent to the principal's office, right?
sent to the principal's office.
Sent.
Right. That's the second time he has gotten sent to the principal's office this year.
He gotten sent.
Has gotten sent.
He gotten sent.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny because it's two past participles in a row, right? Has gotten
Has
sent.
gotten
Has gotten sent. All right. All right. So please repeat, students. My son
My son
My son
got sent
got sent
to the principal's office.
to the principal's
principal
office.
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 That's the second time
The second
The
time
second time.
he has gotten sent
he has
Has
gotten
gotten sent
to the principal's office
The principal
Principal office
this year.
this year.
this year.
Okay. All right. Good. The next one.
It's
Let's see.
difficult.
It's a little difficult, right? But remember, what are we using? We're using got and gotten instead of the be. Instead of be, we're using got and gotten. Simple past and present perfect. Got and gotten. All right, Armando, are you ready to try?
Yes.
All right. Armando, have you heard about my school?
Yes, I have.
Oh, no, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
What
No, I haven't.
No,
What
I haven't.
happened? No, you say, no, I haven't. What happened? ¿Qué pasó?
Someone gained break into.
No, that's me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, it got broken into last week. It got broken into last week.
Okay.
That's
Has
terrible.
gotten.
It got broken into the last week.
Okay, and then you say, I can't believe it. No
Oh.
creo.
Teacher,
I can't believe it.
Armando, did you copy the?
why don't you
Oh,
go
you didn't-
up
you
on the
didn't-
sheet?
you didn't
That
copy
way
the-
that
the
Armando
example.
can see
The example? Okay.
those words.
You didn't see the example, maybe. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here's the example, Armando.
Not to hear.
Okay. Have you heard?
Right.
wait,
So
then-
okay, let's start again, Armando. I'm A, you're B. Okay. Have you heard about my school?
No, I haven't. What's the problem? What happened?
What happened?
It got broken into last week.
I can believe it. That's the second time the bank has gotten robbed.
No,
The
the
school.
school.
Oh, the school.
School.
The school has got robbed
Has
this year.
Gotten broken into, right? That's the second time the school has gotten broken into this year. Has gotten broken into.
Has gotten broken.
Yeah, it's funny, it has gotten broken, but that's correct. Okay, back to business here. How about Claudia? You ready, Claudia?
Yes.
All right, have you heard about my fence?
No, I haven't. What happened?
It got painted with graffiti. Now, this happens to me all the time. It got painted with graffiti.
Believe it.
I can't believe
That's the
That's
second
the second time that the fence is has
has
gotten
gotten
painted with
painted
graffiti this year.
That's the second time your fence has gotten painted with graffiti this year. Has gotten
this year.
painted, right? All right. So students, repeat after me. My fence
My
My
fence
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 got painted
got
painted
with graffiti.
with
graffiti.
That's the second time
the
That's the
second
the
time.
second time
it has gotten painted
It
Has gotten painted
with graffiti
this year.
With graffiti
this year.
this
this
year.
year.
All
I
right.
don't
All right. I don't believe it. Terrible. Let's see. All right. Let me see. I got to check my list here. Who else can I ask? Let's see. Jose Garcia, have I asked you yet?
No.
No? Okay. Your turn, Jose.
Okay.
All right. Jose, have you heard about my window?
No, I haven't. What happened?
It got broken last week.
I can't believe it. That is the second time the the window has broken this year.
Has gotten
It's
broken.
gotten broken. Yeah.
Has
Has
gotten
been
broken this
broken.
year.
The second time the window has gotten broken this year. Has gotten broken. Right. All right. Everybody, please repeat. My window
My window
My window
got broken.
got
Got
broken.
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 Right.
That's
That's
the
the
second
second time
The second
The
time
second time
it
it has gotten broken
It has gotten broken
this year.
this year.
this year.
All right. Ching, are you ready?
Yeah,
Number 8.
number 8. Okay.
Have you heard about my daughter, Ching?
No, I haven't. What happened?
She got attacked by a dog.
Believe it. I can't believe it. That's the second time she attacked.
She
She has gotten attacked, right?
She has gotten attacked. This year.
It's the second time she's gotten attacked this year. She has gotten attacked.
She
Right?
has gotten attacked.
Very good. All right. All right. So students, repeat after me. My daughter
My
Daughter
got attacked
got
attacked
by a dog.
by a dog.
a dog.
That's the second time
The second time
she has gotten attacked
has
Has gotten attacked
gotten
by a
attacked.
dog this year.
The dog
by
the dog this year.
All right. All right. The next one, my sister.
My
All right.
sister.
Okay. Let's see. Who else do we have up here? Let me try find another student I haven't asked yet. Let's see. Rosendo, have I asked you?
No.
Not yet. Okay, Rosendo, let's do it. Have you heard about my sister?
No, what happened?
She
No,
got
I haven't. No, I haven't. What happened?
she got invited to a party at the White House.
I can't believe it. That's the second time she has gotten invited to a party on the White House this year.
Very good. All right.
Whoa.
All right.
Yay.
All right. All right. So students, please repeat. My sister
My sister
got invited
got
invited
to a party at the White House.
to a party at the
party
In the White House.
White House.
It's the second time
The second time
second time
she has gotten invited
she has
gotten invited
to a party at the White House.
at the
Party at the
White
White
House.
House.
Good. All right. And last one. Let's see here. Who else haven't I talked to yet? Let's see. How about let's see. Noel, have I asked you?
No.
All right, Noel, let's give it a try. Noel, have you heard about my coworkers?
No, I haven't. What happened?
They got laid off.
I can't believe it. This is the second time he has gotten off this year.
They
Time they've
have
gotten laid off this year.
Laid off. Oh, lay off.
Lay off this year. Second time he's gotten laid off this year. Good. All right. Does everybody have all this copied down?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Let me stop the share for a second. All right. So again, why are we using these get? It's either a really good thing, like I got promoted, I got engaged, I got married, or it's a not so good thing, like I got fired, I got laid off, I got attacked by a dog, right? We use the get to give it a little more emotion, right? I wouldn't say, for example, the vegetables got chopped, right? There's nothing emotional about chopping vegetables, right? So I would say, oh, the vegetables were chopped, right? No problem. It's not emotional, right? But if something,
I got excited.
I got excited, exactly. If something good happens, like I got promoted, or something bad happens, like I got fired, we often use get to give it a little more emotion. So somebody could say, I was fired today. It's okay, but most people say, I got fired today. Right? They put that get in there for a little more emotion. A little more emotion. All right? So everybody has all that information in your notebook?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put you into some small groups and I want you to practice for a little bit. All right? Oh my goodness, it's already 8:20. Time flies in this lesson. All right, so I'm going to have you practice for 10 minutes and then we're going to wrap up the lesson, okay? So do as many as you can for 10 minutes, okay? All right, so I'm going to put you into some groups here. Let's see, we got 14 people, so how about 4 groups? 4 groups will be 3 or 4 people in each group, okay? All right, no problems?
No problem.
Ready to roll? All right, so off you go to your assignments. Everybody ready? Here we go. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait a minute. All right, hold on here. Okay, that'll be better. Okay, here we go. All right, see you later. There's the button. Push that join button. Push the join button. There you go. Join, join, join.
And got sent to the principal's office.
Oh,
That's
I can
terrible.
believe it. It's the second time of this year he has gotten sent to the principal's office.
Right. Yeah. Edith, where you're sitting tonight, I feel like I should go like this before I talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
we got Jesus looking at us over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's his bodyguard right behind her.
Oh, yes,
That's
it's
right.
my bodyguard.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good bodyguard to have.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. He's
The best, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. Who want me?
What's the name? Claudia?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the number 4 or 5?
We are on number 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I asked Chin.
Hi.
Chin, have you heard about my school?
No, I haven't. What happened?
It got broken into.
It got broken into. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't believe it. That's the second time it has gotten break into this year.
Very good. Second time it's gotten broken into.
Is correct?
Broken
Yes.
into, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, now Armando.
Yes.
Armando, have you heard about my fence?
No, I haven't. What happened?
It got broke. I'm sorry, painted with graffiti.
I can believe it. It's the second time in this year they got painted with graffiti this year.
Yeah, the second time this year the fence has gotten painted with graffiti. Good.
Okay.
Keep practicing, everybody. I'm going to the next room. Okay.
Thank you.
See you later.
Teacher. See you later.
Bye bye.
I can listen. Jose.
Yo no oigo.
Yeah, Jose and Guadalupe, I can hear you then. I
Yeah,
can
aquí
hear you.
estoy. Have you heard about my
No se
window?
oye bien.
Yo sí los oigo.
¿Oh, sí?
Yo sí los oigo. Yeah.
Can you
Yo
hear me?
también los oigo. Have you heard about my window?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. What happened?
It got broken last week.
I can't believe that the second time your window has gotten
¿Ya me
broke.
escuchan, ya me escuchan bien, muchachos?
Sí,
Yes.
ya te escucho muy
Ah,
bien. Has gotten broken?
Yeah.
This
Ajá.
year.
Sí.
Broken? Mhm.
Sounds good. What are you on? Number 6? Is that number 7?
No,
Number
and
8.
my daughter.
Number 8. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Keep going. I'm gonna check in
Can
with
you
the next room. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Webb.
All right. Let's see here.
Who is asking that number 8?
Okay,
Hi,
ask me.
everybody.
Hey,
You just yourself. Yourself. No hay copy, nothing.
I was asking them. Okay.
So
Have
just
you heard about?
just say what happened. Who is our soul?
I don't know.
Is the person talking?
We're been asking for who is it, but they know
Not
she
talking.
doesn't. She doesn't. No.
All right. Let me deal with this here. Let's see.
Yeah, I need to see the ask.
Yeah, she's he or she's a mute.
Mute. She's on mute. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 1 second here.
Okay. Noel, have you heard about my co-workers?
No, what happened? No, I haven't. What happened?
They got laid off last week.
I can't believe it. That's the second time they have gotten
Laid off.
this year. Laid off this year.
Good.
Uh,
That's the last one, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna close the breakout rooms. Okay.
Right.
All right. We'll bring you back to the main room. All right. We'll see you in a
Okay.
few minutes.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hello.
Were you able to finish?
Kind of. Yes.
Enough.
Yes.
Enough. Right. So whenever we have these situations where something is really good or really bad, especially for you personally, that's when we're going to use get, right? I don't use get for things like like I said, chopping vegetables. But what do we say? Oh, my payday is Friday. What happens on Friday? I get paid, right? I get paid because that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. I get paid on Friday, right? All right. Hello, welcome back, everybody.
We almost finished.
You're not finished? Well, you did your best.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
You did
finished.
your best.
we did our best.
Okay. I don't know who this RR Soul is, but I'm going to remove them. I don't know who that person is, but they're not talking and they're not participating, so no reason for them to be in the room. All right. Okay, so everybody feeling good? Let's do one more thing before we go home tonight, okay? We're gonna practice this get just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen one more time, one last time, and then we're gonna be done for tonight. Okay?
All right.
All right, can everybody see the screen again?
Yes.
This is what we were practicing before, right? So here we have some sentences, right? Okay. All right. Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Can everybody see it? It says several people were killed in the explosion. I'm just going to change the verb because we're running low on time. What can we say? Several people
Got killed
got killed.
Got
in the explosion.
Right? Instead of were killed, several people got killed.
Got killed.
Killed in the explosion.
Right. So I'm taking were and I'm replacing it with get. Right? Now the next one, what am I doing? I'm going to take been,
Has got it?
and that's out. And what am I going to do? I'm going to say how many times
Has been got it?
has Robbie
got fired.
and I'm going to use my past participle this time, right?
Has gotten
Right.
fired.
How many times has Robbie gotten fired? Okay. So far, so good? How about the next one? Again, I'm going to take that was out.
Got hurt.
All right.
Martin got hurt.
Again,
Got hurt in the
Got
soccer
hurt.
game.
G-O-T, oops. G-O-T, hurt. All right. You see, all I'm doing is taking out be and putting in get. That's all I'm doing. All right. Oh, now we have a little bit of a tricky one because it's a question. So what am I going to do? Am I going to use that was? Nope. That's gone. Right?
Got.
Exactly. Very good.
Got.
So I'm going to use
Got bills.
But how do I ask a regular past tense question with get? Did, exactly. Did Bill get told about the party?
You say no, did no.
I know. That's why I told you I was going to lie to you. I'm a big liar. All right. So usually it's true. No do, no does, no did. But when we put get in instead of be, I bring back did. Okay?
In this case, it's different.
In this case, it's different because it's get and not be.
So
Okay.
we use like told instead of use tell is told.
Yep, it's still told. Did because we have get in base form, right?
Oh yeah.
Did Bill get told?
Yeah.
All right. Now this one, 13 workers are being laid off today. Which one are we going to eliminate? Are we going to eliminate R or B?
B.
B. Right. We're going to eliminate that one. Okay. That's good. Okay, so what are we going to say? 13 workers
13 workers
are
getting laid off.
Getting late.
are getting laid off, right? Present continuous.
I get.
13 workers are getting laid off today. I took out being and I changed it for getting. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. I took out being and I changed it for getting. And again, this is again an emotional situation. Okay, now the next one, which word am I going to eliminate in this one?
You back my
B, right? Get rid of B. Exactly. Okay, so what am I going to say instead? Your bag?
You back my
Has stolen.
Get
stolen.
stolen.
get taken.
Right? Your bag might get stolen if you leave it there. It might get stolen. Might get stolen. All right. How about this next one? What am I going to do? Negative. We weren't injured in the crash. So I'm going to take out weren't, right? That's out. Okay, so what am I going to put instead?
We got.
But negative.
We get injury.
Negative, por favor.
Didn't.
We didn't.
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 Didn't get.
We didn't.
We didn't get.
We're confused.
We didn't get injured in the crash.
It's so confused.
I understand. I understand. But again, remember, get is just a regular verb, right? Get is just a regular verb. So we're going to use do and does and did and didn't and doesn't and all of those words. It's just regular simple past.
We're going to get it one day.
One day. One day you'll get it. All right. How about the next one? This is the last one we'll do tonight. It says, be careful or you'll be hurt. Eliminate that be, right? And then what are we going to say instead?
You
will get hurt. Be careful or
You
will get
you get hurt. You get hurt.
Right. Be careful or you'll get hurt. Right, so see what we did every time? What did we do every time? We took out the be and we replaced it with get. This first one is simple past. The second one is present perfect. The third one, again, simple past. The last one was a little tricky, I admit, because we have to use did in this case. Did Bill get told about the party? Getting laid off?
Didn't get injury.
Get
It's
stolen.
not
Get hurt.
correct to say you'll be hurt.
You'll be
Is that
hurt is
correct?
fine. It's perfect. But I'm saying now we have another option.
You get okay.
Yeah, you'll be hurt, you'll get hurt, right? We have two options now.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, using get is informal English. Informal. But we say it all the time, especially with those words like get married, get
It's more
divorced.
correct. You'll be hurt.
It's more formal. It's more
More
formal.
formal. Oh,
Yeah, they're both correct, but be is more formal.
okay.
B is more formal. So that's the little trick. And let me, oops, wrong button. This is the button I want. And remember, if you go to, let me show you where it is just to remind you, because we haven't used this book very much in the class. But at the beginning of the semester, I gave it to you. So let me just show you real fast where it is, so in case you want to check it out. All right, oops, wrong button. Okay, let me see here. Okay, here we go. Share the screen. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Do you see the Schoology page or no?
Yes.
You see the Schoology page? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So remember, we go to courses, and remember, we are the cheetahs.
The cheetah.
We are the cheetahs, and this is the book right here, Grammar Practice 2020. It's the second thing on in your file. So if you can open it up, and it's a lot of pages. I think it's like 120 pages or something like that, 100 pages. It's a lot of pages. So obviously you probably don't want to print out everything. But,
pages.
But yes, so here's my little grammar book, but you can use this search button, and let's see if it works. Does it work? I don't know. Anyway, but again, I think that was like page 75 or something like that. Let's see. Let's see. Where's the passive? Somewhere in here. Yeah, it's a little slow because it's on the computer right now, but you see it. It's a big book. It's 120 pages, and you can print out whatever pages you like. Oh, here it is. Here's the passive coming up. Should be right here. Here it is. There it is. Passive with get. Right there, page 65. So you see, you have access to all of these pages. So if you wanted to print out page 65 and 66 and 67, you could do so. Okay. So even though I didn't tell you that beforehand, that everybody who has access to Schoology has access to all these pages. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, just to show you that. So you might want to check that out this weekend on Schoology. There's a lot of good practice in that book. Okay. I guess we're done. We're out of time. All right. Everybody have a good lesson. Everybody feels good about get.
Yes.
Remember, all we're doing is we're throwing out be and we're putting in get. ¿Por qué? Either it's something that's good, like I got married, or something that's bad, like I got robbed. Right? Usually it has some emotion to it, right? I wouldn't say, for example, the house got painted last year. Maybe, but probably not. I'd probably say the house was painted last year because it's not that emotional painting a house. But I got robbed, that's emotional. I got married, that's emotional, right? So it usually gives a little more emotion to what happened. Okay, everybody feel all right?
Yes.
All right. All right. So we didn't get time to get to the writing part today, but I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So gracias a todos. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you around. We'll see you around. Thank you for your time.
Bye, muchachas. Bye, Leo. Bye, Isidora.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
See you later. Good night. Have a good night. Drive safely. Bye-bye.